Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
Hey there guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we're going to be talking about Snoke's potential return in The Mandalorian Season 3. We're going to go ahead and we're going to hop right on into it. Before we do, go ahead and smash that like button, as it really does help with the channel, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and join us here on the channel today. In this video we're going to be taking a read from the Direct's article. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. As I read, Andy Serkis's elusive Supreme Leader Snoke may return to the Star Wars galaxy sooner than fans actually think. Snoke's sudden death in Episode 8, The Last Jedi, was a shock to all, and Andy Serkis has opened up about how devastated he was to have his role in the franchise cut really quite short. Luckily, he made a surprise comeback in Andor as Kino Loy, giving him his first live-action role in the galaxy far, far away that isn't a CGI character. His role in the show became one of the most highly celebrated, which says really quite a lot about him as an actor, given that it is and has become one of the finest Star Wars projects, winning so many awards. Fans cite his prison breakout speech as one of the best Star Wars moments ever, and I really do have to agree with that. Now, despite the uncertainty surrounding the future of the fan-favorite Andor character, Serkis's foray into the galaxy is far from over. It seems the actor may be returning sooner than anticipated. According to the well-known leakers making StarWars.com, multiple sources have pointed to Andy Serkis returning to a galaxy far, far away. In October of 2021, the same site broke the news that Serkis was making a live-action return through Andor, in which the actor's role used no motion capture and wasn't CGI'd. It was simply just him as himself. The site claims that during the same period of gathering intel about Serkis's role in the show, several sources said that he was also doing motion capture work. Considering that Serkis's history in motion capture, it could be as the sources were mistaken or even biased. That into the regards of what we had for the Andor show. However, during the same period when the sources believed that Serkis was doing motion capture work for Foundry, this is also known as the working title or co-title for The Mandalorian Season 3 that began to film in September of 2021. Other reports and speculations have of course continued to bolster the claims of Serkis making another Star Wars comeback as Supreme Leader Snoke. In The Mandalorian Season 2, Chapter 12, The Siege, Din Djarin and his allies come across an Imperial lab on Navarro with a cloning facility that appeared to have a clone of Snoke. And of course, as the audience will know, the show has led a secondary emphasis on cloning, a theme that will likely come to the forefront now that Grogu and Din Djarin have reunited since the Book of Boba Fett. Beyond this, a first look at the Preparation Guards from The Last Jedi was recently released, and we had covered that recently here on the channel as well. These armored guards have shielded Supreme Leader Snoke in Episode 8, The Last Jedi, and are now returning to protect serious villain Moff Gideon. And of course, as Star Wars fans will know, the franchise has been teasing a hugely important cloning arc, and not just for The Mandalorian, but also with the Bad Batch animated show, kind of teasing and hinting at the ideas of a cloning experiment going on ever since the downfall of Kamino. The overall cloning concept, however, was first introduced in Attack of the Clones when Obi-Wan Kenobi discovered the vast army being prepared on Kamino. The clone army then went on to have a crucial focus in the animated Star Wars Clone Wars show, and more recently within the Bad Batch, as I had mentioned. At the end of the Bad Batch's first season, Kaminoan scientist Nala Se was being taken into Imperial cloning facility in custody, presumably to aid the Imperial into the desire to learn how to clone more effectively and efficiently, for what I would think and many other Star Wars fans have for, well, Palpatine. There have also been other teases in the publishing realm in the books and comics. In the 2021 Darth Vader issue number 11 pointed to Luke Skywalker's severed hand being used for potential cloning, with Emperor Palpatine commenting that he could use it to make anything. However, perhaps the most high-profile cloning revolves around Palpatine's infamous return in The Rise of Skywalker, the revelation that Snoke was his creation, and the testing that clone engineer Dr. Pershing performed on Grogu to harness his force powers of the midichlorians is something that we do know that Palpatine needs and wants quite highly for him to, well, connect the dots essentially for why he would appear in the sequel trilogy and make that comeback. It is to be sure that a massive arc in the stories is to come, not just within the Mandoverse and in The Mandalorian, but I really think and believe that all throughout Star Wars we're beginning to see this picture come more clear. Snoke is set for a huge comeback as Emperor Palpatine attempts to perfect Kaminoan cloning technology, resulting in Supreme Leader Snoke's creation. Now from there, that is where the article concludes, and as I had mentioned at the beginning of this video, I have this article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. The idea of what the Mandoverse is, what it's kind of doing here, this is something that has been officially revealed by Jon Favreau, the creator, writer, and producer here of the overall Mandoverse, alongside with Dave Filoni, not just with The Mandalorian, but the overall, all of these shows that are kind of taking place simultaneously together here, such as the Ahsoka show that we're also getting later this year, the Book of Boba Fett, Star Wars Skeleton Crew, and whatever else they may decide to announce are all leading up to the heavy events of what is the sequel trilogy, something that is confirmed by Jon Favreau in a interview. So with this all being said, what do you think about this? What do you want to see with the Mandoverse here and its overall cloning projects and teases here as it leads up to the events of the sequel trilogy with The Force Awakens here? And at that, what would you want to see with The Mandalorian Season 3? Do you think that we are going to see Snoke? I would love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one, guys. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.